Alright, so we're 45 weeks in. First off, I want to show these are some passive, non-sentient characters. A leaf sheep and a sea bunny. I am probably going to change the coloration designs a bit, but they're both sea slugs. I'm thinking each area is going to have its own little, like, sea slug type creature like that. Oh, also, I don't know if I already showed it. I did make Patrick, Squidward, and SpongeBob if they were in the style of the game. Obviously, they can't actually be in the game, but I also just made a guy. It, yeah, and also I've been working on a redesign for Duncan, but I don't think I'm gonna go with this. I think I'm gonna go like the armor. I think I'm gonna do something. Oh, was it like this? Yeah, it's like this. I think I'm gonna do something more like this, where it's darker. For most characters, I do white outlines, but I think the characters from the deeper areas are gonna be are gonna have darker because I mean I don't know. It just doesn't look good. It's how I do it with most of the characters. Sometimes you gotta break the general rules for the sake of making it look good. So here's what I mostly just did inventory stuff. See, as you can see, the inventory is just entirely different now. You open up the inventory, I have all this stuff. I haven't actually finished programming in the map or the whatever this is gonna be. It's either gonna be the buddies or the key items. But I did make it, you can just access your camera anytime now. And the cameras, when you take a picture, it does a little pose, see? Instead of just holding a camera. The other thing I added is if you take a picture you already have, you can see it goes and like slides down the side so you know what you took. And so patches, item bag is the items you have. And then you have scrapbook, of course. I did slightly change the layout here to make the text on top bigger. And okay, so patches. These aren't actually going to be the patches that are in the... they're going to be more unique. But for right now, the patches are simply... if I walk up and I would have to shoot 4 bubbles to knock out this guy. But with the hurt bubble patch, a bubble of great renown increase how much damage bubbles do. You only have to do 1, 2, 3, and obviously this is just for testing testing like just how they're gonna work, not really the actual effect that it's gonna have. I think I'm gonna do like if I do anything that increases damage, it'll be like decreases damage when at low HP or something. Anyway. This one is normally if you do that, then you're just that high. But if you do launch bubble, now you go that high. Not high enough to get up onto this one. And I will probably keep something like that for the actual thing, even though it does it might kind of mess with progression. I might have to put that patch somewhere later in the game. But in like a general like movement sense, if you're not talking about the effect it'll have on like uncovering secrets and stuff, it just makes it so you can get around faster. Not really too much faster, but it makes platforming with stuff a bit easier because like you go a lot more with the one bubbles. And you also go a bit more with the bursting. Ow. I'm considering changing these to no longer be floating platforms, and I mean to no longer be like with the algae and like the moving up and down. I'm thinking of just simplifying these to just be just floating solid like things that don't move, and just because that would be a lot easier to program and a lot easier. I mean, I already programmed it in, but it'll be a lot easier to make it look nice because you won't have to. The sprites for those are already made for that, and it also look. It'll also make it so I can have the environment more built around it. Like, so I don't have to I don't have to necessitate that they're floating. I don't know, I might just do a mixture. I haven't put the door back in yet for this area. I have started working on the map of like where you go. You'd obviously go down here. And the main path, so I decided that really, there's not going to be, I think I've already said this in devlog, but I've decided there's not going to be very many, like, split paths for, like, progression. It's just kind of going to be one path for progression, and then, like, all the side paths are extra stuff, kind of like in Super Paper Mario. So, like, if you go down here, there'll be a whole thing down here, but it'll just be to unlock an item. It won't be like at a split way to get to a new area. It seems to slow down a bit. Yeah, I don't know what that's about. I think it's just loading textures or something. It's a little bit annoying. That's the thing, but there's only so much I can do in terms of optimization. I'm just one person. Maybe down the line I can optimize stuff more. I really don't think it takes too much away from the experience when there's like a tiny bit of visual lag, like when you just pop into a new area like that, because it doesn't seem to last too long. And like, I don't know how it looks like on the screen recording, but for me it looks completely fine at this point. Like there's not any slowdowns anymore. It's just when you first load into the room. I know that sometimes the screen recording gets stuff. Honestly, I think I should change my screen recording to not be 60 frames per second. I think that's the main problem. I think I have it set to 60 frames per second for my screen recording, and that's been causing problems because my computer can't handle both the game. But yeah, I have found out that this game actually is pretty heavy on GPU because of just all the textures that I mean, there might be some optimization, but I haven't really found anything that's like directly causing the. I mean, the shaders are a bit intense, but I don't really want to turn down those because, you know, they're what makes everything look good, but. Yeah, that's about it. Can't really think of anything off the top of my head that it has also changed. I have been getting a lot more concept art done, but not like anything else in game. That stuff took a little bit, like a while to program. The stuff that I just did.